Good morning, Mike's Diabetes World. Well, we're out here for our midday walk. Nico's just down there. And I just want to congratulate the BC government on a great step. In BC now, a diabetic can apply to get an insulin pump. Great news, and we'll tell you why. We'll be right back. For many years, I've had an insulin pump. I got my first one in 2004, 2005, and about 10 years later, I got my second one. And that was after my parents chipped in and paid for one. Now, many other provinces, you could apply to get a pump for free. You couldn't in BC. And I had such the brittle diabetes that my blood sugar levels would go up and would go down. So my insulin pump became my lifeline. And that's why I was happy to hear that in BC, we can get, I believe, one of two models. The first tier of the system is that if you need an insulin pump and you're unable, through insurance or whichever, able to get one, Pharmacare will give you the Omnipod. Now that's a pod system that it's a quite unique system, actually. You're separated from the pump. Now, tubing has always been the negative about most insulin pumps. But, it was a big step, and I'm glad for it. So, for us to at least get that far would be great. Now, you could apply for a special authority and get a Medtronic mini-med pump. And I don't know exactly which one it is. I'm hoping it would be one of the newer ones. But we'll have to see if my doctor will. I think he will. Getting a new pump is still vital to my success and being independent. Because I'm not into going into a group home, going into assisted living. I like my independence and like to be able to leave whenever I want. And the group home idea that they sent me when I was in the hospital was sort of like, well, you move in with us and you're part of our little community. And, sorry guys, read it back. That wouldn't really seem to work. So, the insulin pump is probably cheaper than putting me up. But, the government works in mysterious ways. So, if your doctor agrees, you can get moved up to the second tier. Now, I haven't really seen much about what the third tier is. And I think I will have to do a little bit more investigation. But those two are probably the two tiers that I need. While I like the idea, good morning, of the Omnipod, I just don't want to go through and try to learn the new things and work well. I don't really like that idea. As so far, I haven't been able to find tier 3, and tier 3 must be if you have insurance or you're able to pay for it yourself, then you would fall into tier 3. But I'm not 100% certain, and I may have to do an amendment to this. But for me, where I kind of had to beg my parents to get me an insulin pump, and it's now become out of date. So I know there's probably a rush, but I'm going to send a letter to my doctor or an email requesting that can I get special authority for the Medtronic. I've been a Medtronic user ever since the pump I have now is my third pump. This one will be my fourth pump. My first pump was a Nordisk pump, and I don't think that one's even available anymore, or they're not into doing the insulin pumps. But it's great, so you have to get coverage by your, not coverage, you've got to get cleared by your endocrinologist. And he or she will get a special authority. Now, I think my history, I should be able to get a Medtronic. I would feel better with a Medtronic, but who knows? We'll see. They're both any pump is kind of expensive. But the Omnipod system is kind of a hit for the younger kids. Or the younger kids. To me, anyone's a younger kid now. But the kind of a hit, where they're kind of loose from the pump. Now, my problem is if I lose any part of it or it gets damaged, how quickly can it get replaced? Right now, I'm running with a no warranty pump, which means if the pump gets damaged beyond working condition, will I be able to get a replacement? I don't know. I think we probably could, because Medtronic's being fairly good. Now, I want to insert the British Columbia, what do you call it? Pharmacare instructions for getting insulin pumps. There. It's later in the day here, so it's a little slower. Anyway, these are not my pages. I did not do them. The information in it is solely the property of the government of British Columbia, and you should refer to the site for any changes. They're not mine, and I don't want to take rights to these or whatever. So here we go, and I hope you enjoy them. And now, here's page 2. Okay, so once again, that information is not mine, and to get the current, you should check with the government of BC website on what you need to have to do to get an insulin pump. I think personally, I think if you're able to afford one, then you should go out and buy one, pure and simple. If you don't have the means, I think this is an awesome program. For years, there was, I was buying through my company's insurance my CPAP machine. And then finally the CPAP died. And I was entitled to get one through the BC government. Now the BC government made sure that you were utilizing it. Well, there's little monitors that you can use, and so it showed that I was able to utilize and was sleeping with it. It was 99% of the time. The last time I went in, it showed that three days I didn't use it, and that's when I went into the hospital. And on the average, it's being used 10 hours a day. That doesn't mean I'm asleep 10 hours. That means probably 8 hours of sleep and the other 2 a nap, or a lot of times if I'm just going to lay down, I will lay down and then utilize the mask, because if I fall asleep and I'm not wearing the mask, I wake up with a headache. And it's not like pound, pound, pound. It's sort of there, and you can't really do anything. But that's a different topic. So if you're able, like I said, if you're able to buy a pump through insurance or through whatever, this program may not be suited for you. If you want to go for a different pump with all the different bells and whistles, and then go out, you're welcome to go out and purchase your own. What you're going to be getting, I think, is purely the basic. The one thing I have to do is I'm going to have to send an email to Dr. Shu. I don't know if he's in town or if he's on holidays or whatever, and find out about getting the special authority. Now, my nurse practitioner, which I was last week, well, this may be 2 weeks now, went, and she seemed to think that I could get the special authority for the mini bed, which would be awesome. I do, like, even though the Omnipad is, you're free, I don't know, I like the tether. I don't know. I'm just weird that way. But, okay, so we all have to make sure that we do things and take care. Don't just say, oh, well, I can run out and get a new pump. And when you get a pump, just because the government's paid for it, doesn't mean, oh, well, I can treat it like shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. But, take care of it. I have had it seems like I've had my CPAP machine for years now. So I hope you take that little message and heed with it. Oh, it's nice to be out here. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. Well, Monday, I have someone come and walk and we go later. Anyway, have a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.